Alright, headed to AutoZone. Gotta pick up some 30 amp fuses for my daughter's Power Wheels. She somehow popped the fuse. I think she was driving it for like 40 minutes straight and heated up the control module of the speed controller. And I gotta pick up some brake cleaner so I can put the clutch on the SR today. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, we're gonna try something we've seen on YouTube not too long ago. I actually heard about this trick, and let's see if it actually works. So gross. It's actually not that gross, but I was eating this bread earlier today and I'm shoving it into a pilot bearing. And there you have it. It works. Pretty gross. Alright, it's gonna be time to work on the SR. So what we're gonna do is gonna put the clutch and flywheel on with the ARP studs. You wanna make sure you get a good spray on it. You wanna get all the machine grease off of it. That way it doesn't transfer over to your clutch. It's always nice to lay your bolts out on a clean surface. Assembly lubricant. So you're supposed to put that under the head, and then you're going to put Loctite on the actual threads right here. Alright, so the trick I learned: take a bolt, put it into the block, take a socket, wedge it up in there. Now, you remember which one you started at. Work the crisscross pattern. So I like doing that so much I had to take it off and do it again. The reason why is I forgot the plate. Tells you to retain for your records. This is SFI certified. So basically, if you drag race and it explodes, you're covering their asses. So this is TM side, so that stands for transmission side. This is the not so fun part. Alright, so we're going to leave it at that for now. I'm going to go ahead and come back to this. So we only installed 3 bolts of the pressure plate right now. I want to get it flat against the flywheel. And then I'm going to go ahead and use a assembly lube on the other bolts. Put those in, and then take the 3 out that I used. And how you know, it's the ones that are next to these. So basically I'm going to lube the other ones, install those, torque them down, take these 3 off, and then torque the other 3 down. So yep, that's where we're at. Looks pretty good. Alright, so we're going to be installing this GK Tech shifter return spring kit. So you just, on the side of your transmission, you got these big ass bolts. You gotta take those out, pick your spring, put it in, put that in, make sure you use the sealer. That's it. Alright, let's see. And just so you guys know, I actually tried to see how tight this was. It was pretty tight before, off camera. So, give it a little bit of help. I always like to use a rubber mallet. The stock spring is stronger than the lightest spring in the kit. Gee, we're gonna go full hard. $22, and literally takes just a few minutes. But I actually don't imagine doing this while it's still in the car, so it seems like that would be a chore. Alright, that's it. So we can do the same to the other side. Alright, it's the next day, so I'm trying to figure out what I need to do next on the S13. After looking at the parts that I have left, I don't got a whole lot to do to prep the engine to go inside the car. I've always looked at these online and never really thought to buy them. It's been a while since I've had an SR car anyways. The TF Works pulleys, which is fan, alternator, and the power steering one. But this one has this really cool design on it. Good work, TF Works. So really what's left is the trans mount, short shifter, which I can do while it's in the car. And this box here was the steering rack bushings. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put those in afterwards. I can swap out the spark plugs. Like all the rest of the stuff that I have left is things that I can do while the engine's in the car. I'm not going to do tonight, but I'm going to mate this to that. That way we're ready to drop in the next 2 days or so.
One eternity later.
So I was sitting around bored, literally bored, and was trying to find something to do. So I said, all right, let me go outside and start looking at the SR. And then this happened. Ten minutes later, I'm tossing in the SR. It went in pretty easily. I think if I had a second person, it would have been a lot easier. I still got to do the trans mount and all those things, but it's in. The motor looks like it's sitting crooked because the trans mount's not on, and I have it jacked up on the back with the transmission, or with the floor jack. But I got it in. Alright, so the engine's in, and I did notice something. The hood hits the valve cover. That's not going to work. I mean, for now, I don't know what Chris wants to do, but I'll let him agonize over that. But yeah, you can see the flexing on the hood. Maybe I'll just space out the back, give it that gangster rake. Alright, so now that I got the engine in, there's a few things that I still need to do. Intercooler, wiring harness, fuel lines, all relatively easy stuff now. So, I'm excited. Can't wait to get this thing back on the road.